Hi everyone, welcome back to another stream. Hope you're all doing okay. It is PSO, Xeon. It is. Hi, Boink. Should try another videos too. If you were to cut like 15 seconds out of silent pulses as an outro when you talk about social media and stuff. Yeah, I am thinking of changing how I do the videos a little bit. So I want to do a thing. I mentioned it in the community post, but I kind of want to do a thing where I like thank members and stuff at the end. Probably like a separate slide at the end of the video. So I could potentially do it then as well. Yeah, I'm just testing them because obviously we've had some issues with certain PSO songs that shall not be named. So we'll see how it goes with that one. So we actually did a bit of PSO yesterday. We introduced more challenge mode. So we did Gal Griffin after many, many attempts. So just while we're getting started, a video has just gone live earlier, which is just a guide to Claire's DL5 in PSO. There'll be another video going live to members on Tuesday, which is another PSO video. And for non-members, there'll be a NGS video going live on Tuesday as well. And obviously Wednesday we'll have the normal Phantasy Star 2 stream as well. There are 5 stages in Ep 2 challenge mode. Yeah, so you do stage 1's Temple, stage 2 is Spaceship, stage 3 is Central Control, stage 4 is Seabed, and then stage 5 is Tower. Well, apparently Tower is a lot easier than Seabed. So again, just while we're getting going, if anyone hasn't played before, we are on the Ephinea server, and we normally play on the European ship Limerace Block 2, and it's normally Lobby 21. You also have a Discord you can join as well, which should be in the link on YouTube underneath the video, and on Twitch it should be underneath the video player as well. So feel free to join on there as well. Hi, Zel. Yeah, we'll see how we go with that intro music, because I would like to use more PSO music if I can. It's just the music I've been using is basically, it's royalty free stuff, but you pay for the license for it basically. And it isn't particularly cheap, I'll leave it at that. So I think this week for PSO, I believe it is Rare Monster Week. I have not even looked to see what the RBR is. Hopefully there is something decent on it. Endless Nightmare 2. Ooh, Phantasmal World 1. Phantasmal World 1 is quite good for geek use. I'm just saying. Remember I said you can use some of the music you can pause if you like. Yeah, I mean, if you want to... I don't know if there's like links to it you can send or anything like that. You can always let me know and I can look into it. So let's have a look, because I did not see at all what the episode 4 quest was. New mop-up 5, no idea which one that is. Some Ep 2 mixed up with some Conjures. I mean, yeah, that sounds good to me. That's Creator, is it? Okay. You fire over some MP3s. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, sounds good. There's loads of Marissas. So it could be good for farming Marissa AA's, I guess. If there's any good drops for those. Do any IDs actually have any good drops for Marissa AA's, or is it just all Ophelia C's and Flamberge? I know in Very Hard, I think Skyly gets one of the camo drops, but I think Ultimate the drops are a bit hit and miss. Oh, does Oren get Flapjack from Marissa AA's? Oh, from the regular Marissa A's, okay. Yeah, the double layers, I don't know if they have any good drops. I mean, Flamberge is fine, and I mean, I suppose all Philly sees is really good if you can get one with hit. Like that person who got, what was it, a 75 hit one or something on Ephinea? Game is such a vibe, seriously. Sega captured lightning in a bottle. Pretty much, yeah. I think later games have never quite captured it the same. I do still really enjoy the later games, but PSO will always be the #1 for me. There's only 4 drops. Yeah, I know quite a lot of the IDs get either Flamberge or Phyllises. I can't remember what the other 2 are. Heavenly Power or Rage Damage. Yeah, so there is nothing particularly good unless you get no Philly with insane hit. And then you have to go and hunt a Heaven Punisher. Which is probably more of a curse than a blessing, honestly. Hi, Pika. Enjoy them all, though according to you, NGS is not for me. Love all Phantasy Star games, but this one hit different. It does. I mean, for me, it's what I grew up with. I mean, I grew up with the GameCube version mainly, but very, very similar. Actually, for a bit of coincidence, Xeon, my very first character in PSO was called Xeon. So found a Zonda level 30 disc, very nice. PS Portable will always hold a special place in your heart. Portable is really, really underrated, honestly. I know it's kind of a cut down PSU, but the story holds up. It's a totally fine game. So we appear to have 6 people so far. So we could do 2 teams of 3, I guess. You got it from the Matrix movies. I did not get it from the Matrix movies. I got it from the Bloody Raw game. PSO2 Classic is still best PSO for you. Classic is really solid as well, yeah. Shit, literally no one plays it. Yeah, so I think the easiest thing to do then maybe is just to maybe do 2 teams of 3. So does anyone have a Condrio drop or... I was going to say or a Marissa AA drop, but... Bloody Raw is sick, I remember that game. It was so good. It's just been completely forgotten about though. If you think Phantasy Star's dead, then God, Bloody Raw is beyond dead. Heaven Strikers, Lame, or Daylight Scars. All more limiters, yeah, we could do that as well. I mean, limiters are always, like, always useful, really, aren't they? Hi, Platinum Crawdad. Just to reiterate as well, for anyone that might not have seen before, I do multi-stream the stream on Twitch and on YouTube, so if it feels like I'm not responding to something, or it feels like I go off on a tangent, it's probably because I'm responding to the platform. Because I've had a couple of comments that have mentioned that, so... Blue Adoshi from Darfon Eclair. Brilliant. You go for a Heaven Striker or Daylight. Heaven Striker, is that Purple Num, is it? Because I could go and get my Remal. I do have a Purple Num Remal if you want to hunt that. New entry in the series would be sick though. Fighting games doing really well. You play a lot of Tekken 8, so you'd love to see a new Bloody Raw. I think the only thing that Konami have done with Bloody Raw is they made like a pachinko machine for Japan, and that was it. I think one of the issues with it was that the last Bloody Raw that released, Bloody Raw 4, was terrible. Yeah, I think it more or less killed the franchise. Or you can get your 4 new in purple. It's up to you. I mean, if you want to play your 4 new, that won't stop you from switching if you want to. I'm just saying I can use my Ranger as well, that's another option. Of course Konami went all in on Pachinko, yeah. Yeah, having a game that now belongs to Konami is like it's almost like a death sentence. keep your 4 mile in a few games. Yeah, no worries. What I'll do then is I will switch over. Unless we need 2 purples. I mean, I can switch over and get my Rimal. Twitch recommending other streams. Oof. Also, once again, my restream chat seems to have died, so GG restream. And we're back again. You'll switch out also. Yeah, no worries. Unless you want to go yellow or white. I like how as soon as we decide what to do, then someone goes, oh, unless we do this. I mean, if you want to do 1 purple run and then 1 white, that's fine if that's what people want to run. I will take a Heaven Striker with hit. I will take a limiter. I'm not fussy. Yellow Vector is here already. Yeah, so okay, so we could do what, 1 yellow and 1 purple? We're getting there. Okay, so I don't have a level character in Ephinea, like level 10. Any tips for power level in early game? Just started your character on PC Clementine, got to play 160 in a couple of days. For PSO, there is a thing called Ragdoll Boost Road, which boosts 3 quests every week, and they always have boosted experience, so that will help. There is also, once every 4 weeks, they do experience week that'll be 150% experience. Your option is, I mean, the quest that everyone recommends is Towards the Future, which is like a boss rush quest, but it is mind-numbingly boring. There is also things like the maximum attack quests, some of the Ep4 quests as well give really good experience. Thanks for the series, The Lore of Phantasy Star Online. Oh, no worries there. I love the story of PSO, so I wanted to put it out there for people who've never seen it before. More viewers than likes, you guys know what to do. Cheers, dude. Me and Drac on opposite teams, so we have 1 force each. Yeah, sounds good. So what we're doing, 1 purple and 1 yellow, yeah? Yeah, I mean, if you did TTF on boost days, that would be a really fast way of leveling. But it will not be the most exciting way of leveling. So you probably won't be able to do a full TTF solo at level 10, but you could join other people. Or if you do want to solo it, what you can do early on with TTF is you can do dragon resets or cave boss resets until you're strong enough to do the rest of it. Blind today, you read Taker Ezreika, true format experience. I need to add more sound alerts, don't I, to the Twitch. I need to add that miss sound alert. Between you and Sky, you might hit something. Are you suggesting that, Matt, that Hunywells are not accurate? You'd be correct. Yeah, definitely focus on the experience week, Sion. Hopefully that should get you leveled a bit quickly. Generally, people on this server are really, really helpful as well, so... Need glasses. I don't even think you can give Hunywells glasses. So I think what we're doing Hawkins host 1 and then Vector host the other one. You're gonna get some Rico's glasses for the lulz. See, I can't even use those, they're 4 mal only. For some reason. You can have an eye patch, that is correct, yeah. Which, you know, is lore accurate for Hunywells. Yeah, I used to use the eye patch on my old GameCube Hunywell. Didn't Vector want a Heaven Striker? Yeah, I think Drac might have made a game, so... Hey, it's Eon, I switched from YouTube. Ah, no worries, just watch wherever you feel like. I always figure that by multi-streaming, it's, you know, up to people when they want to join. Oh, thanks to the sub, dude. Much appreciated. Okay, so what do we have here? We have 3 there, and so I guess I'm in this team then. Yeah, thanks very much for that, dude. Pro tip for new players, I see a lot of folks have forgotten. An open menu while in combat allows you to run through mobs without slowing them. That is really good, a really good tip. You can also use it on maps with mines in the corridors. So you just open your menu while you're running through the corridor, and as long as you keep running, you won't slow down. You can also use it on Volopt. For when Volopt tries doing the attack that imprisons you, you basically open your menu and run in circles, and it won't hit you. PSOBB, thank you for your newcomer guide. It's very useful. Cheers, Cyborgs. Oh, we have 4. No problem. We've gotten rehooked on a PSO, and you've been my favourite content creator for the series after I found your YouTube. Oh, thanks for that. Yeah, like Draken said there as well, anytime we have games open, the password is usually stream. What happened there? It's not Heaven Striker Pika. Leaves immediately. Tons of discovery in the channel recently. Yeah, I don't know if it's through maybe through the 2025 video. Do we start? Well, I guess that answers our question. I guess we can. Pig has had a change of heart and has decided to come along for the limiter ride. Have to admit though, Monster Hunter Wild is coming out and I might get sucked into that for a good while. Well, good news. Guess what I'll be playing as well. Yeah, I will be going hard on Monster Hunter Wilds. I'm a huge Monster Hunter, well, later Monster Hunter fan, admittedly. You know, I didn't play a lot of the early ones, and I need to correct that at some point. You just here to help. Hey, you might get a free limiter out of it. They are really similar, yeah. There is like a big crossover between them, so you tend to find that a lot of people who love PSO love Monster Hunter. I mentioned this before on a stream, but there was a guy I used to play PSO with on the GameCube and Bluebird servers. We played for years. And then after PSO and PSU, he kind of moved on to other things and never saw him for years. And then I was watching a Monster Hunter streamer, and I just noticed him in chat randomly and got back in touch with him. Oh, we're starting off strong. We've got a Morning Glory. The PSO2 Monster Hunter collab was so cool. Yeah, that was really good. Yeah, I remember that. I especially like with that collab that you could actually sever the boss's tail and carve it. It was really good. Yeah, it was one of the best collabs in PSO2 for sure. I think that the Final Fantasy 14 collab, I think they were probably the 2 favourite ones for me. The Evangelion collab was okay as well, but kind of overstayed its welcome a bit, I think. Is that Dothon stuck? Final Fantasy collab was so cool too. I just think it was really good that they actually put a boss fight against Odin and actually made it feel like an FF14 fight. I think that's one thing about NGS collabs I wish they would go back to. I wish, obviously with NGS collabs, although we do get a lot of them, they tend to just be cosmetics and things and scratches. I would like them to actually do more active collab in terms of actually having bosses we can fight and things like that. Yeah, also welcome into anyone who's a new viewer as well. But I have been noticing the last couple of weeks that there has been quite a few new viewers and quite a new people join the Discord as well, which is good to see. You know, Discord's over 100 members now, which is kind of crazy. So as it is rare enemy week, of course, what will happen is we'll get no rare enemies. Because that is just how PSO always works. Yeah, it's like a running thing usually. Basically, every time there's a rare drop week, we never seem to get any rares. Anytime there's a rare enemy week, we never seem to get rare enemies. But we'll get rare enemies in other weeks. Fantastic. Need to get more familiar with Discord, more of a IRC old fart. I think honestly a lot of people who probably played PSO back in the day are probably more IRC. It is PSO logic, yeah. If it should happen, it won't, and if it shouldn't happen, it will. Unfortunately, that logic just seems to stop applying when it comes to sealed GSR drops, because they shouldn't happen and don't. Yeah, I did some recording for a PSO video earlier, and I thought, what I'll do is I'll do a little SGS run, because wouldn't it be cool if just by accident an SGS dropped? I mean, it didn't, obviously. Game FAQs, IRC, and no smartphones, get off my lawn. Yeah, the real ones know the game FAQs, walkthroughs. I'm gonna make a Phantasy Star clone called Reality Void Offline. Oh, Pika got a Yasakani Magatama. Thankfully that actually has a use in in Ephinea, because you can use it for, I think it's for the Forge, to upgrade to Red Ring coating, I think. Obviously you need way more stuff for it as well, but it is one of the ingredients. But on its own, it is pretty useless. Yeah, I never understood the point of Yasakani Magatama really, because all it does is I think it increases your ATA by about 20, but only if you've got Kusanagi equipped. So at that point, why wouldn't you just use a Heavenly Arms? I mean, I guess maybe it takes your ATA over the max cap, but it just does not seem worth the unit slot at all. Oh, photon drop. We take those here. First day in Ephinea and some dude gave you a Zamba. That sounds about right for Ephinea. The funny thing is, like, if you were playing back on GameCube or something, if someone just gave you a Zamba, you'd be like, okay, it's duped. There's no way it's legit. Can't use it yet. What class are you playing, Yuja? Oh, it would appear the game has crashed. No, we're back. We're back. It just thought about things for a while. I don't know what happened there. keep an eye on that. I'm not sure if it's something on Ephinea side, because I know that are you going to warp or are you going to crash? Is this run just cursed? It would appear this run is cursed. So I guess we just stare at the void now. Oh no, we're here. What is going on with this run? Are you playing Humor? I like how you say Humor and then the first response to that in chat is just oof. Yeah, Humor's got kind of screwed in GameCube and Blue Burst, honestly. You'll still do fine, but yeah, I don't know what Sega are thinking with the Humor changes. Yeah, Unga Bunga's to the max. Trog like big number. So I'm hoping that really long loading is now stopped. Any recommendations for some OP sword class? Hughcast. Hughcast is busted. And that is your only other option for Zamba, because Zamba is male only. So as much as I would love you to play Hugh New World, you won't be able to use Zamba. Oof. That was personal from that zoo. You can transfer items between characters. You can. So what you need to do is, so your default bank will be your character bank. But if you go into a game and type, just in the chat, if you type /bank, it will change over to your character's shared bank. And you just put the items in there, then get your other character and access your shared bank again. Yeah, thankfully you don't have to do it the old way on the Sega servers of just dropping an item on it with a friend and hoping they don't steal it. So the question is, will it let me walk to the boss or will it crash? Yeah, it's basically like a common box that's shared between all the characters. Hey, it worked. And it looks like Rare and Me Week is not working. Yeah, of course it's this guy. You know what I said about Rare Enemy Week not giving you rare enemies? Hi, Jaffiat. Yeah, it would be nice if a rare enemy would show up, but, you know, it's only first run, I guess. At least his music's good. That's about the only good thing about this boss. I tried to go for the frame perfect restaurant, it did not work. It's really risky going for Berserk on this part because it's just really easy to get tagged by one of the little spinners. Also, some of you might have noticed that there's been a little change to Ephinea recently. I think I might have mentioned it last time we played this, but there is now an option in the launcher where you can actually get it to display what the rare drop is for the monster. So you'll probably see when we target the boss that it'll show you the boss drop and the drop rate for it, which is really handy, particularly if you're not familiar with the rare drops. How did that hit me? I am going to call BS on that one. And that's what happens when you have too much health. You love it already. Is there only one left? I'll wait over here then. Been switching between PSU and NGS because you've been trying to get a good break point in both games. Almost have Tricellular weapons in NGS and you're 13 levels away from being able to play Ultimate in PSU. So after that you're hitting up Blue Burst before Wild comes out. That sounds like a really good idea. There is going to be another upgrade to the Tricellulars soon. I think it calls it like Arccelli or something. But they're a little way off. Not too far, but... Not like I don't have the wiki open anywhere. Yeah, I mean, for me, if it's a Skylight game, I'm fine, because I can only remember the drop chart anywhere. But for other IDs, I'm not as familiar. Let's wait for them to revive Vector. There's a fat campaign overlap until the 4th. So you've been trying to get the matter to convert Duocellulars. It still takes a while. It is a massive investment to get all of the armors and the weapons, but it is worth doing. The only other option is to try and get a 12 weapon, but they're ridiculously rare. I like it when it does this, when it puts you in the middle of boxes and you're just stuck. Thankfully I can get out. Oh, we got a 40 hit charge Disca. Well, 30 hit untacked. Still not really worth picking up, honestly. Me and my friend started playing Ephinea recently. Played as a kid on GameCube and he never played. Got level 50 and just started very hard. Got a class barriers and all that, but it just felt unfair as a duo. Do we need to play as a full party at that point, or how we proceed as just a duo? You should be okay as a duo. I think a lot of it, honestly, with PSO is just about learning the intricacies of how each of the enemies acts and things like that, and the ways you can kind of exploit it. Because it's such an old game and it is very, very primitive. It's all about learning little strats to make things a bit safer. So, I don't know if you know Marzi Bear, but particularly if you're using a hunter, quite often it's safer to just do 2 hits instead of 3. Like, so you basically do 2 hits, then back off, because your 3rd hit tends to have a much longer recovery on it. So quite often it is a lot safer to just do a 2 hit and then back away, particularly when you're just getting into the higher difficulties. He was playing Humor and I was playing Remal, but yeah, he was getting absolutely bodied. Yeah, if he's playing Hunter, I would just say, if you're playing Remal, obviously try and keep Shifted Heat Band going. If the enemies are doing a lot of damage, then obviously you can use Jellin to weaken them. If he's playing Hunter, I would just say particularly if you're in front of an enemy, I would go for 2 hits. It might also be later on you do kind of start to need what are called battle units. I don't know if you have them already, but they are units that increase your combat speed. If you don't have one, it might be worth on Ephinea trading for a heavenly battle on the Discord. They're normally only, I think, 1 or 2 PDs, and they increase your battle speed by 40%, so you'll attack a lot faster, so you'll get interrupted a lot less. Yeah, it can be rough sometimes if you're just playing through. You don't have any of those. Yeah, I mean, if you don't have a battle unit at all, for ranger you can obviously get away with it a little bit more because you have the range advantage anyway. But for a hunter, they're pretty much needed, honestly, later on. Yeah, it's kind of it's one of the slightly unbalanced things about PSO, in that particularly on GameCube as well, because on GameCube the only ID that got a decent battle unit was Red Rear. So you on GameCube you pretty much had to know a Red Rear to go and hunt a god battle for you. Thankfully, it's a bit easier now. Yeah, you will find though that with hunters in particular, it is very, very slow without a battle unit. Yeah, swords and partisans are really decent for taking care of groups as well. I would say as well, partisans tend to be a bit faster recovery, but they have a very different hitbox to swords. If I remember correctly, I think swords hit a little bit further forward than partisans, where partisans hit nearer you but wider, I think. Obviously as well, just try and exploit the AI by trying to get behind them as much as you can as well. You know, it's an old game, you can kind of outwit the AI fairly easily. Never played online at all as a kid, so trading isn't something you've really considered. Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't have done if you were playing offline. You remember someone hunting a V101, you can open a room to help. Yeah, V101 is another unit you can use. That is basically, once you've got a Heavenly Battle, a V101 is basically a direct upgrade from that. So V101 is a unit that is a Heavenly Battle with stat boosts built in as well. There is kind of a running joke in this community that it doesn't exist, but... Where do most people trade these days? Usually on the Ephinea Discord. Sometimes on the website as well, but I would say the Discord is the majority of trades. That's how I've done most of mine. Maybe these creator maps have edges that mobs can get stuck on. Yeah, so you can do things like that as well. You can get the mobs stuck in some places. Also, in episode 1 and 2, obviously you can run out the room as well. So if the monster's getting too close to you, you can run out the room, which will make the monster go back to its spawn position and then run back in again. So there's a lot of cheap stuff you can do to make it a bit easier. So what do you have? 7 people, I think. So is anyone up for doing a Phantasmal World 1 Skyly? Which is a nice way of saying, do you want a Justy 23 ST? Because that's probably all you're going to get. Always. Sounds good. Well, I will make a Skyly Phantasmal World 1 run then. I'm not sure what the second team wants to do. But I can certainly make a Skyly run if people want to do that. I'm only even suggesting it because the quest happens to be on RBR this week. So there's a slight improvement on the drop rate. Yeah, thanks for the follow, Mazibear. You can get Skylight for a second run. Yeah, sounds good if you want to do that. I mean, surely between two parties, we have to get a CLJ sword. I mean, that's how it works, isn't it? It's not how it works. Exactly, it's a 300% boost of a 0.1% chance, yeah. Well, I'll admit the first game. Password, as always, is stream. Yeah, I know that not all of them can be on Raggle Boost Road. I mean, I would love Phantasmal World 4 to be on Raggle Boost Road, but that's never happening because I don't think it can appear on it. But Phantasmal World 1 is a decent quest for Gigus. Unfortunately, it does also have a jungle part with mirror carols, which is not ideal, but if you are just using it for SGS, you can technically just do the seaside bit and then reset. There's also the minuscule chance of getting Heaven Punisher from the Sinless Piggle. I would love to use that Rika's Claw. It's such a cool weapon, but claws are just not that useful in PSO. Well, apart from Hukasteel, I might be able to use it on Hukasteel, but I can't for that because I think that's... I could be wrong, but I think that might be Hunuel only. I know Nair's Claw is definitely Hunuel only. Can't remember for Rika's. The fact that there's just a basic handgun on the ground here, I'm guessing you've been betting with Corrin. Oh, it's Hunter and Ranger, okay. Yeah, it must just be Nair's Claw that's Hunuel only then. Won't this be Harbour 3 people if one of the team does it? Phantasmal World 1's not too bad. I mean, I solo it in one player mode. Not the jungle part, admittedly. Sure, Corrin, let's throw some money at you. Unless you get one shot. Yeah, unless you get one shot, then it's fine. Cure paralysis, that's at least useful. I'll take that. Nice of him to actually give me something decent for a change instead of just a monomate or something. I think Corrin must default to whatever your techer is because the way he looks for me there is the Skylight techer. So I'm assuming that he changes based on what your techer looks like. I guess maybe the game just loads like a generic techer model for whatever your section ID is. The only thing you ever got was a tablet. Where does he drop the Diamate when it's full in your inventory? It goes into the void. You have Whitetail and he has the Mad Scientist. Look, yeah, so it must be based on section ID then. So are we doing this as a 3? Do we have any more? Last call. Yeah, looks like we're doing it as a throw. I think I left it long enough to start, so I guess we can just start. You joined, but you only started 2 days ago and you're level 23. Right, which area have we gone to? I am happy doing both areas as well, by the way. We can start with jungle if you want to, yeah? Now, hopefully this works, because this quest is a little bit buggy. In that sometimes these enemies don't spawn. Good, they have actually spawned. That means the quest's going to work okay. Yeah, for some reason now and again, those starter enemies just don't appear. And then nothing will spawn in the entire quest. Started last December and you're only 40s. I mean, honestly, I mean, PSO is quite grindy. I think it is definitely one of the slower games to level in. You know, outside of like the anniversary event when the experience is ridiculous. We also discovered when we were doing challenge mode yesterday, I didn't even realize really that this was a thing, but you can do challenge mode on Ephinea in ultimate difficulty. And it actually gears you appropriately. Well, somewhat appropriately. So, you know, if you think the challenge mode isn't quite hard enough, then you can do it in ultimate as well. Which multiplayer Phantasy Star game do you think is the most challenging? It's a tough one to answer because certain games do have very, very high difficulty ceilings. I mean, PSO 2 has some really, really difficult endgame content. So things like, you know, Omega Masquerade, some of the Profound Darkness sword and fights at the end are genuinely really, really difficult. PSO has Ultimate Episode 2 and a lot of, you know, tower BS. Yeah, there is also far lag as well in PSO 2 as well, yeah, so maybe PSO 2? But that's kind of not indicative of most of the content in the game. It's just a couple of things in the game that are really, really difficult. PSO definitely has a few hard areas, so I think Ultimate Episode 2 is a definite step up in difficulty compared to most other stuff in the game. And Tower in particular is just full of instant kill stuff. However, if you kind of know what you're doing in Tower, you can work around a lot of it. Infinity gets my vote, not many people have played it. Infinity can be really difficult as well, particularly if you do some of the Infinity missions with like level 200 and something enemies. They can be really hard as well. Thankfully, I have actually played Infinity, so I know what you're talking about. I would say that they're not games particularly known for difficulty for the most part, but they tend to have a couple of things that will be hard. Well, I haven't said that as well. Mind you, did say multiplayer Phantasy Star games. I was going to say that Phantasy Star 2 also seems really hard at the minute, but... You have a dodge and a block and they make you use it. Yeah, Infinity is pain in the late game for sure. That Ragdoll Boost Road boost is actually doing quite a bit to the drop rates. The good thing about this little plugin that they've enabled on Ephinea is it will show you the normal drop rate of the items, but then we'll also show you the current drop rate. So that takes into account any rare drop boost or anything. Which unfortunately means that we have a 1 in 137 chance of getting a Dragon Slayer from a Gibbon. Or a Justy from a Gee, which I don't particularly want. I would also say as well, for difficulty, the Masquerade fighting NGS, I'm not at the latest depths of it yet. I'm only up to depth 4, but it's already getting really difficult. Hi, Apex. I have a feeling that Americarol shows up soon. And it always worries me not knowing where it's going to pop up. Mega Masquerade is easy until the higher floors. It's once he starts getting different changes to the moveset, and it's like the penalties that you get as well that don't help. I mean, obviously floor 999 for... Yeah, obviously floor 999 on Masquerade is known to be ridiculous because he basically one-shots you with everything. Not that I have done that. What's the Ragdoll Boost Road buffs? I want to say it's about 25%, I think. Yeah, so we're currently on 125% drop rate and 126% rare drop rate. So the drop rate is the chance of a monster actually dropping something in general. It's 126 for the rare drop rate. That's because they've got a thing on Ephinea where different character classes will have slight rare drop boosts every day. So I think Huniwell at the moment has a 1% boost, so that's why it's 126. But yeah, it's a nice boost, especially if it's during a rare drop week as well, because it does stack. Unfortunately, this is not a rare drop week. Yeah, Vector paid the Americarol tax. We all pay it at some point. Yeah, I'm not dealing with the camera change here. No chance. Yeah, it's just a really cool feature, the Ragdoll Boost Road. I just feel like it incentivizes playing certain quests. They've deliberately designed it so it tends to be quests that are run less often. So, you know, it's just good because it gives you more incentive to do those quests and vary up what you're doing a bit more. Oh, well, there's the Dragon Slayer, which has 50... was it? 50 machine. Because of course it does. Recently tried NGS. Are we able to level Photon Art? So the way it works in NGS is you don't level the Photon Art. What you can do is you can do Photon Art customization. So you can change how the Photon Arts work. Sometimes it'll just be small changes to them, but sometimes it will change the Photon Art quite significantly. So that's how it works in NGS. You don't actually level the Photon Art itself. Oh, we also got a stag cutlery with no percent whatsoever. All the big rares. Oh god, Mary Carroll. You'd take it anywhere. There's actually, I mean, you can't see because of where my camera is, but I have an item reader that shows me the stuff that's dropped. And there's a ton of weapons on the floor with hit at the minute, but none of them are any good. Oh, is that the tablet? I never see anyone use it, so it sort of stun-locked me as to what it was at first. Stag is male only, yeah, for some reason. I guess it's because it's called stag cutlery. Yeah, I believe it's used by, I think it's male hunters and rangers can use it. The reality is with stag cutlery is that you're probably just going to use it for team points most of the time. Because it's a 10-star, so at least it gives you 10 team points. I mean, at low level, it's totally fine to use. God, that hell needle that Vector's using is just wasting stuff here. But yeah, obviously the reason that we're doing this is, as ever, for a CLJ sword. I risked it there. I thought I can kill this before it kills me. I then started to doubt myself immediately. The only good thing about Mary Carrolls is at least they're bugged in multiplayer. So for reasons I am yet to understand, the Mary Carrolls in multiplayer have single player HP. Is that actually it though, or is there more in a maze? It's been so long since I've done this quest and I never do the jungle part either. I think we're good. What is that? Oh, that's Decalogue, okay. Yeah, I have never used that weapon. Oh, I heard something. I'm not really sure why I can't hit you. No, I can't target that Sinnoh. For some reason. Sir? The Sinnoh has managed to figure out how to cheat the game and is apparently completely untargetable. Yeah, I mean, miss, if you can kill this Sinnoh, be my guess. Me and Vector seem to be completely unable to hit it. Yeah, this would be a bugged spawn, I think. You give up. But what if it drops a Heaven Punisher? It didn't drop a Heaven Punisher. Never mind. Maybe this one will drop a Heaven Punisher though. It was on the map. They're partly invisible, those Sinnohs, so they're a bit hard to see. But you just couldn't target it for some reason. See that one? Its targeting thing is popping up when I'm going near it. And I can hit it. It did not drop a Heaven Punisher. Yeah, so now we're in Seaside, so now we can actually hunt Seal J Sword. Because that'll totally drop. So it's currently 1 in 8,001. Easy. Yeah, 1 in 8k. I mean, how hard can it be? I don't know why I needed the add-on to figure that out, because it's normally 1 in 12k and we're at 25% increased rare drop, so that tracks. Yeah, I did have someone on YouTube recently who said that they were hunting the CLJ sword on GameCube offline, and I felt so sorry for them. It's like, you need to be insane already to hunt CLJ sword, but to hunt it offline? It's like spitting into the wind. It is. Yeah, essentially your option offline is to run Seaside, do all of Seaside, get 1 GGU at the end for a 1 in 12,500 drop, and then reset. If you're watching and you want CLJ sword, please don't hunt it offline. It's not worth it. I mean, to be honest, it doesn't really seem worth hunting online either, given that it just doesn't exist. I'm convinced that the two I've seen dropping games are both just a figment of my imagination. I refuse to believe actually happened. I think this is the weird quest, isn't it, where you go this way instead? Every other quest on beach you go through that way, but for some reason they reversed it in this quest. There's also traps everywhere. Watched your recent Phantasy Star Zero stream and noticed the textures were high res. How did you accomplish that? So basically, with Zero, to play it multiplayer, it's quite awkward to do it with an actual DS, because it involves basically opening your Wi-Fi to WEP encryption, which is not great. So most people who play it online use an emulator for it. In the emulator options, there is a way to basically upscale. So I think when I ran it on stream, I think I was running it at about 10 times native resolution. So that's probably why it looked a bit better. Yeah, it's just one of the things about Zero, unfortunately. As much as I would love to do it on the actual hardware, it's too risky to do it. Yeah, people seem to have really enjoyed the Zero streams, honestly. Which I'm glad about, because I'm actually really enjoying that game myself. I need to do tower on that at some point, but I know how long it takes. You've seen people use a Raspberry Pi to play on a Dreamcast. Oh, cool. Do you think a Steam Deck would handle upscale and Zero? I would have thought so. I mean, the DS obviously is quite an old console now and wasn't particularly powerful, so I would be surprised if a Steam Deck wouldn't run it. I don't know how much you'd be able to upscale it without suffering performance issues, but probably worth trying though. Honestly, Steam Deck feels like kind of the ideal way to play it, honestly, because you've still got the handheld experience of it, but with modern quality of life. Does the RetroArch version of Melon DS work with multiplayer? I'm not sure, honestly. I'm not really familiar with RetroArch. I know, I think Kilniath uses RetroArch as far as I know. Oh, Miss got a stag cutlery. Yeah, I think basically when we do RBR, all we get is just twice as many common drops. It's just more Justies, more Dragon Slayers, more stag cutleries. And that's about it. And as I say that, Miss gets a Justy. Proving the point. But what if this dropped a CLJ sword? It didn't. Never mind. One day I'm going to say that and it's going to happen. Yeah, I mean, when I stream it, I tend to use Melon personally. I've never had any issues with it. One day, probably many years from now. I mean, I've already been hunting it for years. How much longer can it be? Yeah, for those not familiar, I've hunted CLJ swords since PSO GameCube. There is more enemies, I think. You need a safety heart. Yeah, I think for that, that's Invisible Guard, isn't it? You're getting the Huni experience. Or the 4-mar experience, whichever you prefer. Yeah, safety heart's really, really good. I'm trying what the best way to get that would be. I'm pretty sure you might be able to get Invisible Guard through Black Paper's Deal, possibly, but it'll be a minimum stat one, which you probably don't want. The only of the drops, I think a lot of the drops are like normal difficulty. You don't care. You just want one. Just for the ATA, it would help. It's 30 ATA boost. Yeah, that is probably worth getting then. To be honest, I think a lot of 4 miles that use the Rambler Maid do use Safety Hat with it. Have you used the downloadable versions of the PSO GameCube quest with offline mode? Any reason they won't work? The only downloadable ones I used was years ago. I downloaded some of the tower quests. I think it was on the old Stack server on GameCube. They did downloadable quests and downloaded them from there. This seemed to work fine in my offline PSO GameCube. I don't really know how you get them now though. I haven't played the GameCube version for quite a long time now. I mean, realistically, if you're playing GameCube offline and you want them to go for something like Sealed JSOD, that is probably the way to do it. Just download the offline versions of Tower and do that. Well, I'm not seeing a Sealed JSOD. Yeah, who'd have thought that it wouldn't drop? You downloaded the Raggle.org downloadable quests on your actual GameCube and they work perfectly. It's honestly, it's probably the same files that the Stack server used, I'd imagine. Yeah. They work fine for me on the Stack ones, so... If Metal Sonic was a Gigi, would he be Hugh? Not today. Oh, did you get caught in the photon blast or not? Oh no, you didn't. You managed to get out of it. Remember to get your coins. Wasn't there a few Sonic quests? I'm trying to think now. I mean, there are obviously Sonic items in PSO, you know, you've got things like Sonic Knuckles, but I genuinely can't remember if there was any Sonic, like, collab quests. When are we doing a Burning Rangers quest video? What do you mean? Do you mean Central Dome Fire Swirl or the one that was in PSO 2? There's a permanent one in Ephinea. I don't know if it's Fire Swirl. Yeah, I think Fire Swirl was the one where the forest is on fire. I don't know if there was another one. Alright, so we've done the required SGS run. I'm going to assume since there was no banners that there was no luck on the other team either. You remember Sonic being in this game? There may have been a Sonic quest, I just don't remember it personally. We got loads of Justian Dragon Slayers. So did we. So did we. It was just, yeah, typical Skyline run, exactly. Still holding out hope that my SGS drop will have 90 hit. Yeah, the thing is, I've said this before, it's kind of cursed if you get an SGS with hit though, because it actually works better to stay sealed. You must will it into existence. Yeah, it's a really weird weapon because if you have an SGS with hit, obviously it's a unreduced hell sword, which is really nice. But for Sumakiri J sword, the special doesn't miss anywhere, so you don't need hit. So you'd only need the hit for the normal attacks. If you get one with 90 hit, you'll get another with 0 hit. That one you can unseal. Yeah, that sounds alright, yeah. We'll just do that. Just casually get 2 SGSs, one with 90 hit. Easy. Okay, so we have done the SGS run. Is there anything else that anyone wants to do a run for now? I mean, yeah, if you want to try and get Condria again, we can. I feel like we need to see at least one rare enemy this stream, considering it is rare enemy week. What I might do is I might switch up character though, I think. We might get a Del Rappy. Yeah, I wish Del Rappy dropped better stuff. Get your Raymal. Yeah, I can do that if you want to do a purple number on. I will do that, then I'll go and get my Ranger. To be fair, I haven't used them much anyway, so it's probably about time I do. Vector needs a Heaven Striker. Sounds good. You were so mad last rare enemy week because you got red slime on normal. That's normally how it works. Basically, if you want a rare enemy to show up, it won't. And if you don't want one, it'll show up. No, thanks for the follow, Epic Frags guy.
One more.
One more. It's the rarely seen Remal. Yeah, we have quite a few sound bites on it on the Twitch side. I'm gonna add some more as well. We had a bit of fun on the Discord community meetup yesterday with some soundboards, so we may add some more to the Twitch soundboard. Yeah, I think everyone pretty much pronounces it as that. It just sounded like emergency code distraction, didn't it? By add some more, you mean pinch the rest of the ones killing you added to the Discord? I mean, I could do that. Yeah, we will add some more. I will have a look myself as well. Your notebook just disconnected. I can wait a couple of minutes if you want to come back, Pika. Actually, just give me 2 seconds myself, actually. Yeah, it was getting far too warm in here. So, has anyone made a game, or do you want me to make one? What I will do is I will make a purple number run then. So if anyone wants to run for Heaven Striker, feel free to join. You'll join next run because it can take a while. Yeah, no worries if that's what you prefer to do, Pika. I cannot spell at all. Should we do 2 purple runs or something else? It's up to you guys. I mean, obviously we're doing Heaven Striker for this run. If you want to do a run for something else, feel free. Or if you want to make another purple number run, that's totally fine. Hi, Tigerite. Okay, purple num game is now up. What does this character even use? I can't even remember. Ah, yes, I have a poverty Heaven Striker with no percents. It does the job, but oh, so that's where my Excalibur went. I did wonder where that had gone. Just made a Hue casting on Oran section ID. Should I re-roll? We have a bit of a joke here that the Oran is kind of the ID that no one uses. It's not a bad section ID, by the way. It is actually a good ID. It's just it's the rarest ID on the server. It does have some really, really good drops though. In particular, it is the only ID that gets S-Parts version 201 in Ultimate. Most IDs that get it only get it from normal guild checks. Whereas Oran can also get it from Ultimate, which obviously later on you'll be farming Ultimate a lot anyway, so it's technically a better drop. Yeah, Oran's not bad. The thing is with us as well, because we tend to play as a group anyway, we have most of the IDs already anyway, so it kind of doesn't really matter what ID you go with. It's the rarest but the least used. I think the IDs aren't technically balanced as best as they could be. I think, I could be wrong on this, but I think Skyly is the most common section ID. Mainly because I think Skyly obviously gets a few very unique hunter rares, and is generally a really strong hunter ID. The only thing is you need to bear in mind with Skyly is that it's terrible for armors and shields, so you will need other IDs or other players to help you get those. Oran is, in my opinion, quite a good balanced ID. You found a native Excalibur Doff on Eclair. 15 native, but you found another Eclair which is as rare as a V101. Apparently it is, yeah. Yeah, we are also 3 to 4, so if anyone does want to join, password is stream for both of the games, so you can either join for Oran POD, for, I want to say, is that for Daylight Scar? Or is it Lame? I can't remember which. It's one of those. Oh, you can join Purple Num for Heaven Striker. It's Lame, okay. Skylight does have a massive exclusive list, yeah. There are big downsides to the ID as well, though. The other big downside of Skylight is that you very, very rarely get mech gun drops, which are obviously fantastic for late game. At the end of the day, though, I mean, for mech guns, you can probably just buy some charge Vulcans from someone, so you can kind of get around that, but something to be aware of. I'm subbing. I'll try to join in another time. Just woke up and have business to take care of this afternoon. Ah, no worries, dude. And thanks for the sub as well. Yeah, so last call for POD and then we will get started. You got yellow balls on your humor. Yellow balls again is a really, really good balanced ID. It's also the best ID for getting attribute percentages on weapons in Ep2, I believe. I think it's Ep2. But yeah, again, very, very strong ID. Vector here is a big fan of yellow balls. But yeah, I wouldn't worry too much, UJ, about the section ID. I do have a video I put up recently, actually, about the different section IDs. It is a very long one, but I have timestamped it for each ID. But yeah, generally, you can't go too far wrong. Oh, thanks for gifting that sub-vector. Much appreciated. Yeah, it was long. I did try to make it shorter, but I was like, there's no way of me making this a shorter video without going into each ID in detail. Bear in mind, there are 10 different IDs. Yellow does get the good flower and sword. Just be aware with that you'll only really be able to get good mileage out of it with a Humar or a Huniwhirl. Because obviously it's a spirit special, so you can't use it. You can't use the special on an android. Alright, it looks like no one else is coming, so I guess we can get started. I've also just realised that we're all rangers. Oh, it's even beats as well, so we might get some divine punishment spam going. We could be burning rangers. Well, let's not play the disc, because that could be a dangerous thing to do. You got no Heaven Striker. Well, that's why we're doing this run, you see, to fix that. Drop the disc in the first run. I did see a Burning Rangers disc drop. Oh, there's a Del Rappy. So, of course, of all the rare enemies to show up, it's this guy. I mean, he just ran away from me. Someone to scare it off. I mean, to be fair, Del Rappy drops literally nothing good, so we have literally lost nothing. Not only did he curse us, but yeah, we also scared the Del Rappy off. It is very derpy looking, yeah. Again, it really doesn't matter for Del Rappy though, because, well, in Ultimate at least, because in Ultimate, most of its drops are kind of trash. It's kind of weird, it actually has some really good drops in very hard, but nothing good in Ultimate. Make sense of that if you can. Hi, Dolphin. You really gonna snipe me from over there? Yeah, the giant birds are really irritating. You just noticed the UI, they added the drops now. Yeah, Pika, it's an option in the actual UI now. Well, in the launcher. So when you load the game up, if you go into the launcher options, I think it's on about the second or third page, there's an option to show the drops. You can show just the drop, you can show the drop with the drop rate, or you can show the drop rate, and the current drop rate. Which I like the latter because it helps, because when when you're doing something like a rare monster week, obviously it'll show you the normal rate, but if you're doing something like a rare drop week, it will show you the actual current drop rate and how the boosts affect it. Yeah, it's a really nice quality of life improvement. I know some people don't like it because it does obviously make the target inbox a bit bigger, depending on what the drop is. But I like it personally because if I'm playing on an ID that I'm not that familiar with, which, I know I've played thousands of hours of PSO, but there is still a lot of IDs I'm not that familiar with because I tend to focus on certain IDs. Skyly I'm fine on, obviously. But if I was playing on something like Green Hill or Blue Full, I genuinely don't know a lot of the drops offhand. So having that on really, really helps. Yeah, exactly as well, yeah, so if you don't like it, you can just turn it off as well. It's not like they're forcing it on. It's one thing I've always liked with Ephinea, they do add some really good quality of life improvements, so even just daft little things they added as well. Nice sideways drift off on. So they've now done things like when you have shifter and D-band on, the icons will start to flash slowly when they're about to run out. So even just things like that, it does help a lot. Someday I'd like to hunt the LNK Combat, or the Gatling gun one. That's a really cool weapon. The only kind of downside with it is because you can't combo with it, you basically need to hunt one with hit, which is a bit of a pain, but... Just need to add the stats for weapon drops and then it's perfect. Yeah, I mean, for that, I use an item reader anywhere. But it would be cool. It's just a question of where they'd put it on the screen, I guess. But I think the best thing is that it is all optional. So yeah, if you want the original experience and you don't want that information on screen, you don't have to. Yeah, Vector's using stealth suit, so that's why his character's sort of goes transparent. When you start shooting, you go fully visible like that, but as soon as you stop attacking, you go partially invisible. Vector is hiding. You could say that. Would be nice to see a Doff on a Claire or a Pazuzu. That would be cool. But, probably not going to happen. Yeah, so to the person that was asking earlier on about like how to make the game a bit easy, you can do things like this. So basically by standing here, I can just hit these enemies and they'll never get to me. Obviously, it only works if I'm a range class, but there are plenty of ways in the game to sort of cheese a lot of the spawns. Oh, Dolphin actually takes quite a lot of damage from Divine Punishment, actually. The AI is very bad with corners, yeah. Light resist is low. Yeah, it must be, yeah. I mean, I was doing about 400 a tick there with Divine Punishment, which is pretty good. Yeah, it would be nice to see some rare enemies for this. Raymal is great for farming Ep 4. Honestly, I've never really used my Raymal in episode 4 much at all. I think because obviously her entire purpose of being made was to hunt Psycho Wand, which is now done. Although having said that, I do kind of want a second one for my 4 Mal. Oh, you got Conjure. Oh, nice one. Good luck. Yeah, that Rappy did not appreciate getting hit. The Rappies in Desert kind of feel abnormally strong. Again, for anyone who might be watching for the first time, if you do want to still play PSOBB, it is still very, very easy to go into. This server is one called Ephinea, and it's just a case of downloading the client for it, basically. That's all there is to it. So I do notice sometimes when I do PSO streams that now and again you do get people who, you know, say in chat, wow, I didn't even know you could still play this. So used to Rappies catapulting themselves at you on PSP. The ones on PSP2 are really irritating, aren't they? What ship am I on? So on this, we tend to play on the European ship Luminous. So normally Luminous Block 2, and we normally hang out in Lobby 21. Bless the people who make and run these fan servers. Without them, it will be a lot harder to make content for PSO, believe me. So I guess having said that, I should probably say that if you do want to help continue the work of these servers, you can donate to them as well if you want to. But yeah, you know, if Sega are not going to make a way to be able to play this online, then having the private servers available is a godsend. I don't know how I've only got... Oh, the reason I've only got half Photon Blast is because I've been using specials so much. That makes sense. Feel free to PB whenever and I'll boost. Oh, I think we just got that. It's actually mind-blowing that there's probably 300 to 400 people playing PSO across all the versions, whereas Clementine only has 120. I mean, honestly, Clementine even having over 100 for PSU, I think is really impressive. But it is kind of insane how many people still play PSO. Okay, so someone else will have to trigger the fight. I'm guessing that because of the sad face, we have not got Condrew. How does the boost work? So basically, if you don't have a Photon Blast, you can tap. It's normally the top palette button. So for me on an Xbox style controller, it's the Y button. If you tap that, every time you tap it, you'll donate 10 PB up to a maximum of 30, and that will basically give you the boosts from the Photon Blast. It's slightly less effective than actually using a Photon Blast yourself, but it's still worth getting the boost. So if someone uses Mala and Eula, for example, you can still get in on it. Do you prefer controller or keyboard and mouse? For PSO, definitely controller. I mean, Bluesky, you still use controller a little bit anyway because you have the hotbar along the bottom of the screen tied to your the numbers above your letter keys. But generally for movement and stuff, I much prefer controller for this. I mentioned it before, but it's kind of a weird movement thing with the keyboard in this, which I might be able to show. So you can see that if I sort of turn with keyboard, if I'm at a stop, you kind of do that weird rotation first. So you see there's like a little delay when I'm changing directions. Whereas if I do that with controller, it's much more smooth. You can still play with the keyboard and mouse fine, but for me personally, I just massively prefer it with a controller. Resident Evil controls, yeah, pretty much. Okay, you're going to shoot a beam, so I'm not going to go in there. I do apologise for just stopping to show the controls off while you were horrifically getting murdered by the boss. Are all the buttons and triggers on controllers such as the PS4 controller mappable? I'm not sure about a PS4 controller. The one I use is a 8-bit DOG controller, and on that every button is mappable. It can be a little finicky with controllers sometimes. I know there are certain controllers that I've used that just don't seem to work that well. You can also try using Steam input as well for it. So to do that, all you need to do is just add PSOBB as a non-Steam game to Steam, and you can do it that way as well. Yeah, there is also things like third-party controller mappers as well that you could use. Okay, that did a lot less damage than I thought it was going to, which I'm quite happy about. Oh, you use Steam input, Drafia? Yeah, so I tried Steam input with Nintendo Switch Pro Controller, and for some reason it just never worked properly. I would get kind of half the controls on the controller would work and the others wouldn't. But I also know other people that have used a Pro Controller and had no issues, so I don't know what the problem was. I wonder if I can Divine Punishment him. Do you take any damage from Divine Punishment? You do. Yeah, that hurts slightly. I swear, whoever designed this part of the fight, it was not having a good day. Oof. I forgot he did 900 damage. I forgot I don't have that much health. Switch Pro controllers are infamous being finicky. Yeah, it was really weird. Like I say, some of the controls worked absolutely fine, but then there was a couple of buttons that just wouldn't work. We got lames, but meh stats. I mean, at least you got lames. I mean, to be honest, even an Excalibur with 0% is still an Excalibur. Yeah, obviously, it'd be nice to get on with loads of hit, though. As you may be able to see, we got no such luck with Condrio. We got this dude again. He just literally like blocked me. Oof. The timing. Do you wish to return to Pioneer 2? We did trade. I'd like to say we traded. Say yes. I love the like nicely triumphant music while I am just dead. Chat Condrio. Really, PSO? Where is it? So this charge club will have 60 hit. Yes, we have a 60 hit charge club. We'll pick that up for the memes. Why not? The funny world bonk stick, yeah. What did the boss even drop? Thanks for the soul atomizer. Much appreciated. All monsters eliminated. Sky is dead on the floor. Was he the real monster after all? Maybe, maybe. You have a new weapon for your next Wheel of Misfortune run. Yeah, I need to do one of those again for the next anniversary. Yeah, that was a wild stream. Oh, to be fair, I did use a charge weapon last time with her, and she just couldn't hit anything. So I never actually got to waste any money with charge because she just couldn't hit. But maybe with a 60 hit one. Here's the missed discount. I should probably tech that. And we're never going to use it unless we do one of those weird challenge streams again. No, we don't want 50 hit. Give me the real juice. Almost. No, not 40 hit. So give me pretty much every other option apart from what I want now. There we go. 60 hit charge club. You got a 50 hit red saber just in case for my phone you all. Thank you very much. I mean, you would hope that she'd be able to hit something with that. Yeah, for those who didn't see it, basically for the, I think it was for the first anniversary of the channel, I basically did a challenge thing in PSO where I span a wheel and it had horrific things on it, like, you know, do a run with a melee Phoneuel, do a run only using special attacks, things like that. It was horrible. I think there was one as well which was use Phoneuel but only use Tex. Well, thank you for the 60 hit club. There it goes into the stash, probably never to see the light of day again.
You piece of orc trash!
Yeah, exactly. Or best ID confirmed. I mean, you got Condrew, so I guess so. Oh, 2 of you got limbs. Oh, cool. 15 machine, 35 dark. That's not bad, honestly. You know, 35 dark, I could see that working for Ruins. Yeah, we got a Del Rappi that just ran away. And that was it. Yeah, I suppose the downside is you do have to unseal the lamb. You could get someone on the Ephinea Discord to do it for you, but... Right, so what haven't we done yet? So we've done EP4, we've done EP2. So I guess we haven't done any EP1 yet. Logitech F310 for life. He won co-op. I mean, we could. I mean, why not? I mean, we've co-oped for everything else in the game, so why not? You'd also go for Heaven Punisher. So yeah, I mean, I'm down to do Heaven Punisher run or a Psycho Wand run. Because, you know, we may as well try and get something. This calls for a change of character. I can't think who you're going to bring. Oops, someone got a red ring. If you can't tell, I'm American. Yeah, I'm not sure the lobby will be able to cope with 3 raycasts. Just notice your Discord profile, Scat, looks awesome. Yeah, that's Nitro. I mean, honestly, I still don't feel Nitro is really worth it. There is like a basic plan Nitro that gives you a couple of things, but I just trialed it because I had a free trial of it. So apparently this is now a raycast only lobby. Caste supremacy is real, apparently, yeah. Pioneer 2 becomes Haltez City, law confirmed. Is that how PSO links to PSU? Yeah, only the widest of castes here. You crashed. Oh, no worries, Ian. So yeah, so if you want to go for Heaven Punisher, which drop do you want to go for? Because obviously it is rare enemy week, so there is the blue full hill to top option. Or we can go purple on Mirror Carol. Yeah, the lobby is not big enough for 3 rare casts, that's why it crashed. Oh, Fairly Seas Forest. I like how casually you say that. I'm thinking of making my second Heaven Punisher in Myanmar. Yeah, Mirror Carols are awful, but they are one of the best drops of Heaven Punisher. But I say that, it's the same drop as Steel J Sword, so it's still terrible, but there aren't really any good drops for Heaven Punisher. So, I mean, with it being rare enemy week, I mean, if you want to do a blue full forest, if someone's got a blue full they want to use, I do not have a blue full. We could do that. Or we can do purple on the Mirrors. You'll switch to your rare mile, no worries. I mean, Skyline's not a bad idea for getting it as well. That's from Sinnerspiggles. But I don't think there's any good quests for those on at the moment that are boosted. You need to get a couple of characters to ultimate. Yeah, when's the next experience week? Is that... I want to say... Was it maybe 2 weeks' time? Say Sinnerspiggle 5 times really fast. Sinnerspiggle, 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 Sinnerspiggle. Thank you very much. The concentration to say that. Anyway, at 200, still need to build a Hunewell. You're going to host Tyrell's Ego. Okay, so if anyone wants to do blue full Heaven Punisher hunt, there'll be a game open soon. And then whoever's left, we can hunt either Psycho Wand or Heaven Punisher, whichever you want to do. So how many are in? Is that the party full? So there's one more slot there. If anyone wants to join that, feel free. I was going to say if they found a Heaven Punisher already. Well, Hill to Tor. It's a Hill to Tor drop. That's a sign. So we got 4. So, is there anything in particular that you guys want to hunt? Yeah, again, see, it's the Oran drop. So, again, Oran, the MVP ID, apparently. Which means there is another Oran player on the server somewhere. Up for anything, don't need any drops, honestly. I mean, yeah, the anniversary event kind of kitted us out pretty well. Do you want to do a Purple Numb Caves? I mean, Endless Nightmare 2 is on RBR at the minute. Do you want to just do that on Purple Numb? I don't know how many lilies are in it, but we could do that for Psycho 1 Copium. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. We could get a good Vice drop as well. Sure, let's do that. So password will be stream. Signs of Hildator have been spotted in forest. All arcs prepare for deployment. I do not know this quest at all. I cannot remember Endless Nightmare 2 in the slightest. Well, hey, let's do it. I think the only Endless Nightmare quest I ever really run much is Endless Nightmare 4. Because that is actually genuinely good for hunting Deldees. And Belras, actually. But yeah, I have no idea what is in this quest. It could have no lilies for all I know. Oh, I've got 3 beats left of Divine Punishment, and then I have to go back to actually being a ranger. Well, there's a lily, so we've got at least one. Right, it's 1 in 138 for a vice, so surely one of us gets a vice. Hopefully with really high hit. Didn't they add a new drop that removes the beat requirement? They did. It's a little bit awkward to get. There's a few items you need for it. I don't have them. And that drop is also only for the Heaven Punisher. Well, it's for Heaven. There's one for Heaven Punisher, I think. And then I want to say, is there one for Meal Marto? I can't remember. Oh, Bazil got a Guilty Light. Off to a big start. So far, not noticing many lilies. But there is quite a lot of Vulmas, so that's fine. Milmator gets 2 options, okay. What's the stat bonus cap for gear here? Back then it was 50% for up to 3 stats. Do you mean the attribute stat on the weapons? Because that can actually go up to 100 on any version of PSO, but it is still limited to 3 stats. With the exception of Sealed J Sword and Lame d'Argent and Excalibur, because for those the third attribute is used for the kill counter. There's also obvious ones like S-rank weapons from challenge mode as well can't have any, because for that the attribute hex is used for the name of the weapon. You've just noticed the doorways the characters' shadows are also on the ceiling. Yep. I have no idea why that's the case. It's a really weird visual thing with PSO. You will now never unsee that. You didn't know that about the hex value? Yeah, it's basically... So there's obviously hexes for 3 attributes. Because Sealed J Sword, Sumaku J Sword, Lame d'Argent and Excalibur all have a kill counter built in. They needed to fit the kill counter in somewhere, so to do that they had to basically change one of the hexes, the attributes, so that's why they can only have 2 attributes. And then for the name requires all of the attributes, so S-rank weapons can never have any percentages. Thankfully S-ranks tend to be really good anyway and don't really need them. Speaking of which, I really need to get an S-rank needle for this character. Unfortunately, that means trying to get for challenge mode in Ep 2. Oh, don't paralyze me. Yeah, the shadows thing's really funny there. You can see it there. As you run through, you can see the shadows on the roof. I really don't know why that is like that. So yeah, so far not really noticing many lilies in this quest. It seems to be mainly Vulmas. Yeah, it's only the doorways, isn't it? The only thing I can assume is that obviously the doorways are a little bit lower height than the rest of the ceiling, so maybe that's why. Nope, Zell got a vice. I'm assuming not one with hit because it didn't scroll a banner. Oh, divine punishment time's ended now. No vice for vice. Come on, you know you want to spawn a mid-lily. Of course, as we discussed earlier though, with it being rare in week, that means that mid-lily will probably not spawn. Oh yeah, I forgot the Nano Dragons also have an uber rare drop as well, which is not one I even want. Yeah, mid-lily only spawns on experience week, we know this. Yeah, that seems to be the case. Yeah, this quest like really isn't good for lilies, is it? Of course, as I say that, lilies spawn. Yeah, screw me, I guess. Nope, Zell got another guilty light. I like to think that we're just collecting the guilty lights for LJP now. I got a justice from a box. The thing about justice is it's actually a really cool looking gun. I actually really like how it looks. I think it's one of the best looking mech guns in the game, honestly. But it's really bad. You imagine the guilty light being made as a flashlight that shows the smug smiley mod. Well, there does seem to be a few more lilies in Cave 2 at least. There's still not a huge amount of them, but it seems a little bit better. Oh, another guilty light. That's apparently all we're getting in this run. Oh, and a vice. So thrilled there's people like you still playing and streaming PSO. Someone has to. Yeah, hi man, it's hope you're doing okay. You love how PSO's cave music perfectly sounds fitting for both volcanic and damp cave settings. Yeah, I mean, the cave music has never been my favourite in the game. I don't think it's anyone's favourite in the game, honestly, because it's just kind of... It's almost like ambient noise, really. It kind of exists. But I get what you mean, though. It does suit the area. Have we gone the wrong way or something here? It's comfy. You've been putting my videos on about law on at work. Oh, nice one. I really wish I could watch YouTube at work. I could not get away with that personally. It's just because cave is nobody's favourite. For me, I really don't like cave and normal hard and very hard. In Ultimate, I don't mind it for some reason. It's never really bothered me. You do IT so you control the logs. Ah, well played. You love Duralwa's theme. Yeah, Duralwa's theme is really good. Image of Hero is your favourite track from PSO. That is the... Is that the character creation music, I think? I can understand why I like that. It is a really, really good theme. Caves near the bottom, even though the waterfall is iconic. Perfectly timed as well, by the way. Right, so we are clearly missing something here. Can you tell I never do Endless Nightmare 2? Oh, Trick Track. Yeah, Trick Track is definitely up there. I think when I first played PSO GameCube, I didn't mind Trick Track. But now that I know that it's obviously made up of loads of classic Phantasy Star themes, it's incredibly cool. The Endless Nightmare is finding the right way. It seems that way. There's like challenge mode caves, honestly. Yeah, it's been kind of crazy for me going through the classic Phantasy Stars because every time I hear a new theme in Phantasy Star, I'm like, oh, I recognise that from Trick Track. PSO was your first among the series, and Trick Track still quickly became a favourite of mine. Always enjoyed going for a spaceship. Yeah, I don't mind Spaceship. The only thing I don't like in Spaceship is the Baronses. Ephinea does have the Puyo Pop Wii theme on disc. The only way I can go is blocked. How did you guys leave? Okay, so there is a switch there. I see there is a switch there. When I decided to make my ringtone PSO theme, just kind of landed on Trick Track. It's also an alarm theme, works well at waking you up full blast. So there must be a warp to get to that switch. Or something to get to that side. So is that all locked over there? There must be another switch somewhere that we are clearly missing. Not that warp, okay. Noted. For any PvPers from back in the day, does the room name BA6 on a 4th R ring a bell? Honestly, I never really did much of PvP mode. I know I did used to play with someone on GameCube called Magenta, who was a 4-mal, who did battle mode almost continuously. I did battle him a few times. I lost every single time. Okay, so this is now really feeling like challenge mode. We did do battle mode once after a stream, we did. I remember on the challenge stream as well that we did, with the weird challenges, we did one there as well where we turned PK mode on for a quest. I can't remember what quest it was we did now. I think it was something like TTF, and we did TTF with PK mode on. So you could accidentally kill your teammates. There'll be a random button in some grass blending it, probably. Either that or a hidden wall. Because PSO tends to like hidden walls as well. Battle mode stream went. See, I thought that was a switch there, but it isn't. It's just... Actually, there is a switch there, but it's already pressed. We did also try the Anguish 10 run when Anguish 10 was a thing as well, yeah. That did not go well. Yeah, by run you mean 1.5 frames of Forest 1, because that's all we could do. Okay, so there is clearly, I mean, we clearly need to get to this switch. There must be a way of getting there. I'm going to go this way because I want to see what is this way. Yeah, it was our way to relax after doing it one challenge mode. Well, some enemies have just spawned here for some reason. Oh, Zill got it. Was it a hidden switch then? Like, how did you get in here? You'd see a lot of freeze trap into before you detonate the trap and then freeze everyone. You then try to shake out your freeze stun, then combo your opponents while they're still frozen. When you or your partner's health was low, you'd either kill your teammate or have your teammate kill you to deprive the other team from scoring points. Give me a close-up and then I got in, okay? Well, there are some enemies here. God, this character does no damage whatsoever. Yeah, battle mode is something I never really dabbled much in. I did it now and again for a laugh, but... Oh, I forgot to do the camera switch. So that's what that switch was for, turns out. Oh well. You get the classic PSO Endless Nightmare experience then. It's so bad. Doesn't help that I've got a mag the size of a tank. You also dropped your quick weapon on death, so that could be really detrimental to non-forcers. Even worse, males had the advantage because barehanded casting speed. Yeah, I mean, PSO really is not the game to balance around PvP, is it? It just doesn't work. Oh, stag cutlery for Zell. In battle mode, you drop gear. There was a few different rules in battle mode, I think. So there was ones where you would find gear on the map, or you'd be given gear when you spawn, and then there was other modes where I think you used your own gear. For that mode, when you use your own gear, I don't know if you drop stuff. I can't remember. Yeah, there's 6 different rules. My mag is role-playing as a Vanza. Well, I mean, that was a quest. It's clearly balanced going into battle mode with my Force casting Zonda on your friends. That was the other thing with Force. If you use Zonda, you could literally hit people in other corridors on the map. That, you know, you'd be a hunter just running around the map and then you just get wiped out. So that is the Vice, a 5 dark Vice. Oof. Mine's offensive next. Would that be the quest that has the mega traps? I've heard so much about. I just want to see your reaction to it. I find mine's offensive. Yeah, I remember there being Del Sabers on some of the maps that would spawn just to annoy you. I mean, I'm fine trying to run up mine's offensive because I've never done it before. I understand it's horrendous. I've only heard bad things about mine offensive, Draffy. Okay, we have 2 people who want to see me do this run. Oh, Minsk's here. Kilniath will refuse to play it because of Tower and then recommends something worse. See, the reason for that is because he's not on PSO, easily, so he can recommend what he wants to. Fine, then I will go and get my Huniwall. And if anyone wants to experience the misery, feel free. What level is the mega traps? I forgot. No, in that quest, probably level 30. Mine offensive has a nice surprise, and I hope to see the carnage. I do kind of feel like you guys in chat just like the Michael Jackson gif at the minute of him just eating the popcorn, just waiting for it to happen. I like how the lobby's more or less emptied. It's almost like people don't want to do this quest. You're gonna go eat and watch, actually, you're hungry. Right, well, I will make this game. If anyone wants to join, please join. I'm assuming it's an episode 1 quest with it being minor fence. Okay, the game is up. If anyone wants to experience the pain, feel free to join. This is where just no one joins. Are you sure you want to do this, Minsk, with that character? I've been forewarned by chat that this is horrendous. Time to spectate. Yeah, I love how everyone's like, oh, you know, do you want to do mine offensive? And then everyone just backs out and goes, go on then. You are the one that suggested Anguish 10. Noted. Will dress plate work with the traps? I'm not sure. I don't know what how much EDK you need. Getting mom vibes. Well, I'll give it a couple of minutes for people to join. It's either an Ashio or yesterday. It's up to you. I mean, I've only heard bad things about this quest. Oh, you're just about to finish Tyrells, okay. Saving level 200 for another time. Yeah, no worries. I said we'll be doing PSO. Yeah, we'll do it on the Discord events, obviously, now and again. We'll also stream it probably once every couple of weeks, so might be a little bit less during March once Monster Hunter releases, but can do if you want to, yeah. We can do a little bit of runes just while I wait for people to join. Once Monster Hunter releases and Sky renames to Section Insectglaive. I would say that, but based on what I've played of Insectglaive so far, I don't really like it in Wild so far. Yeah, Section Hammer, exactly. We're a Hammer bro now. I mean, I will still try Insectglaive in the full game, but the tweaks haven't been made for the second beta test, so it will be the same as the last beta, which I didn't enjoy Insectglaive in. At least Insectglaive is getting its bounce back. Yeah, so you can become a helicopter again. It just kind of felt with Insectglaive that it was so heavily based around just spamming the charge attack that it has now. What Hammer though? Hammer with Chef's Kiss. Yeah, so just while the other party's finishing, we'll hopefully get a couple of people in, and then we'll experience the pen. Hunting Horn is a lot of fun. Hunting Horn is one of those weapons that I can just never wrap my head around. There are two weapons in Monster Hunter that I'm just completely unable to play because I do not have the brain cells for it, and that is Hunting Horn and Charge Blade. Charged Blade just makes me incredibly confused every time I play it. If performance is the same after release, I'll be maining Hunting Toaster. Yeah, Gunland seemed pretty cool from what I played of it in the beta test. Unfortunately, because the last beta was so short, it was kind of hard to get enough time to really play all of the different weapons as much as I wanted to. So the good thing about this beta is there is two separate betas, so it's like one weekend and then the following weekend. So at least it feels like there's a little bit more time to play it. And at least I've added another monster to the beta test as well. Not that it's one I really want to hunt, but... Yeah, Monster Hunter Wilds presented via PowerPoint. Yeah, I really do hope they can sort out the PC experience for people. It ran okay for me, but I know a lot of people had tons of problems running the last beta test. Yeah, why Gypsaros exactly? The thing is, it's not even going to be a surprise because I already know the gimmick about Gypsaros. Yeah, I do watch a few Monster Hunter streamers, so I'm kind of already aware of what Gypsaros does. Okay, we've got 3. You may regret joining this game, but... yeah, they might rework it, possibly. So yeah, Pika, we're just waiting for one more person at the minute. And then we will go and start this quest that everyone seems to want me to run. What do you mean? So yeah, a lot of people want me to run this mine offensive quest, which apparently is fun. Alright, we have 4. Time to go and experience the pain. The gimmick is trying to fight him as little as possible. I think that was my strat for Lunastra in Monster Hunter World. Just basically refuse to acknowledge its existence. And Leshen, actually. Leshen sucked. Anyone got an extra ad slot? I can have a look. I never seem to find them, so I don't know if I do. I've got 1. Yeah, I can give you that. You wonder how he'll look as origami. The origami monsters in the first beta test was one of the best things that came out of it, honestly. Like watching the monsters made up of about 3 polygons. They should really actually capitalize on that and make like pendants of those monsters like that. Yeah, I fought the Leshen in the single player quest, but then there was the Ancient Leshen as well, which was the multiplayer one, which was an awful fight. N64 Polypack. Right, is everyone ready for the turn? I don't even know what category it's in. Mine offensive, there we go. Why are we doing mine's offensive? Any good drops? I think it's more because people want to see me suffer. That seems to be the thing. I'm not going to skip because I want to see what it says. Okay, there was nothing of any use there whatsoever. Where's my burgers? In Phantasy Star 1 Montague, go back there, you'll find them. Pain and suffering makes good entertainment. Burger was abandoned. Right, let's experience this then. That's a good start. Freeze traps and a Barons immediately. Lovely. Has immediately almost died. Baronses. Can't say I've particularly missed them. So that's quest done, right? I'm starting to detect that maybe we can't destroy those. Yeah, there is a warp point. I don't trust the warp point. I'm taking it anywhere. Yeah, the only thing I know about this quest is that there is somewhere there is mega traps. I don't know where they are. I'm assuming I'll find out when I get killed by them. Yeah, Phantasy Star being untrustworthy. Yeah, who'd have thought? We passed one, did we? Must have avoided that one. Oh, great. There's a split. I guess we can try going this way. You just have the second thoughts and go the other way instead. Fine. Oh, hey, we could get Cincesta from this. 1 in 12k from our Barons. This looks familiar. So this is what you wanted to see, huh? This is the quest you wanted me to do. Bearing in mind, I was soloing this. Nice AC. Okay, so I can't help knowing there are actually 4 warps. Yeah, it's incested to turn Lavis Cannon into Lavis Blade. It also turns Lavis Blade into Double Cannon, and Double Cannon back into Lavis Cannon. Oh look, Mega Traps. Well, the good news is it seems like a relatively low level Megad. Relatively. I like how Vector's just standing there to test the dress plate. It still killed you. Hauser approves this quest. Quest was first made for Eden, another private server by Ricky PSO. Mirror on Central Tower is also another fun quest made by them. I've seen that quest, but I've never actually tried it. Obviously, won't be doing it this stream, but maybe next stream we can do it. What is this? I pressed it, nothing happened. You got an all resist. All resist is a normal unit. It's not particularly great. It's like one of the. It's like a common unit, but it's as weird as it sounds. It's like one of the rarer common units. The more you press it, the more Mega Trap spawn. I mean, that can only be a good thing. Oh god, I forgot they were there. Oh, that's nice. Who does this quest? Me, apparently. Please, sir, stop shooting me. This part was very fun with my humor. I can tell, I can tell. So I got revived, immediately got just deleted. You see, your strat for this part is to use a low level character. Probably not a level 200. It would genuinely be easy with a low level character. Oh, Dragon Slayer, Skylight game confirmed. Yeah, exactly, yeah, so if you're a low level character, you won't get knocked down by the Baronzas, so they're way easier. Sorry, you will get knocked down by the Baronzas, sorry. That seems like something my Raycast would like. Mega Trap then, huh? Does leading the missiles back into them still work? It does. Obviously, we couldn't do it on that last spawn because they were like on the opposite side of the ledge. God, I really hate Baronzas. I'm going to revive you, Minsk, but run. Wow, that was just targeted. I just waited for me to revive Minsk and then thought, right, now is my time. Oh, thanks for that, Mist. Yeah, my stream deck for some reason didn't unmute properly. Thanks for that. State maintenance, was that a unit from Dreamcast originally? I'm sure it was a great comment though. It was the best thing of the entire stream when you missed it. So I'm just going to cheese that Barons while you're doing Photon Blast, I guess. F in chat. I don't know, I'm missing the Photon Blast because I'm going to die again anyway, let's be real. Look at these guys pausing instead of destroying the mega traps. So I can't hit that Sinnoh. The Sinnoh has determined that it's gone too close to the door, and I cannot hit it. This is the thing about custom quests in PSO. They quite often forget that you cannot hit enemies when they're too close to the door. Do I have a Cure Freeze equipped? I do. That is fantastic news. This wouldn't happen if you had Laconium equipment. Well, I'll press the button. Mine's offensive melee Fornuel only. Do you want me to quit streaming? Oh, to be fair, he didn't say difficulty, so I could do it on normal. Other problem with custom quests is they are largely monster spam, some are better than others. Yeah, definitely. I think there are some good custom quests, don't get me wrong, but there are some that are just, here's a ton of monsters. This at least has some unique stuff in it. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I mean, I can't blame this quest for the Barons as because they just kill high levels constantly anyway. God, are these like special long-range Barons or something? I see Barons M. So enjoy your probably one and only run of mine offensive. I am also lost. To be fair, that does not take much for me. Purple, green, orange is a really trippy colour palette. I really like the way that mine's one looks in Ultimate. Okay, so we've established that that is the room with the freeze traps. That is still the room with the freeze traps. From the other side, I think. So I will say I don't enjoy quests where to just find the right warp. Here's 20 options. You got completely lost in Government Caves 2-1 earlier today, and I remember why I hate government quests. You thought the stream was cancelled for today? No, I've not said it's cancelled. That's the one thing that turns you off about challenge mode. Challenge... Yeah, some of the stages are quite bad for warps or having a lot of different divergent paths. Some of the stages are fine though. Okay, we have found what appears to be a very scary room. Energy Lord. Okay. I have no idea what that means, but good, I guess. Is it not like Temple when we did it? Temple is a little bit of a maze, yeah. You must have walked over the cave twice before finding that there's a scripted teleport in an area that you cleared. One day we'll find the right warp. This feels like the calm before the storm. Spoken like someone who's done the quest before. Look, I don't know where we're going. I have no idea where we're going now. This is a quest called Mine Offensive, which people, well, a couple of people in particular in chat, naming no names, have been requesting me to do. It's terrible. So at least Zill's admitting to it. Yeah, Pig is already wanting to retreat. See, this is how Tower feels too. Tower is nice and calming. You find the right way? Please enlighten us. With detailed instructions exactly which way to go. I mean, we haven't been this warp yet. Okay, we have found the route. Yeah, there is also no telepipes in this quest. Yeah, this is a custom quest. Oh, hi, Mega Trap. Right in the middle of the room. And I need to buff people, because of course I do. Well, that's actually quite a high level Megad, actually. Because it's smoking. Oh, and are these also dub chicks that don't have a switch? Because why not, you know? Okay, I appear to have angered the Megad Trap. Oh, there's also a freeze trap as well. Tower is way more fun than this. I can totally agree with that. Give me 10 runs of tower easily over doing this once. Yeah, we do appear to have irritated the floor trap. We have angered it in some way. Why wouldn't you want to kill them manually in a small room with a freeze and mega trap? And there's these things at the side of the room as well. Which, you know, just make it a bit more awkward because you get stuck on them. Okay, we have a switch. Laser energy load, apparently. If the Megad could hit enemies, it would be way more fun. You're trying to lure them all into the Megad. Although, to be honest, in episode 1, you're probably not going to kill anything anyway. Yeah, so we're back in this room again. This is familiar. Okay, we may put this quest on a special list of quests that we never touch again. If it's Mega level 9000, maybe it works even on F1. Maybe it might have a chance then, yeah. This is certainly a quest, certainly. Yeah, I'm not a fan at all of quests that are just full of warps. Like, they're not fun. Everyone's just looping around. No one knows where we're going. Remember Galgriffin? That seems like such a nice time now, doesn't it? Galgriffin in challenge mode. Right, Vector is officially given up. Blacklisted already. Hope we get to Red and Central Tower. I just generally have no idea where I'm going. Yeah, likewise, I have no idea what we're doing. If there was a PSO world map of this quest, it would be numbers all over the maps for the warps. I mean, that's criticism there. I would rather go visit Biomala than do this. See, I feel like I've been in both of these warps before. It's not that one. Streamer rage intensifying. It's not making me angry, it's just making me disappointed. Yeah, there is probably a guide somewhere for it. Yeah, I'm just repeating the same rooms here over and over again. That's how I feel right now. Yeah, I don't think anyone knows where we're going. I think everyone is lost. So that's mine offensive. Yeah, it is basically just like a headless chicken, isn't it? Now, Pika is taking damage. So that would indicate that they are somewhere with enemies. How I get to them is another thing altogether. Oh, it was a trap. Okay. Maybe not enemies then. What about this warp, though? Nope, that's the mega trap room. We don't like that room. We leave that room immediately. Is that a hidden wall? No. The thing is, a lot of the doors are locked. Is it just like a hidden wall somewhere? Mine offensive probably had a guide at some point. Yeah, probably. That is not a hidden wall. There is a warp there, so that is one option. Found maybe. Right, there are no hidden walls. Try this one. Okay. No, that just brought us back here. So I'm going to believe my headcanon that this quest is impossible to complete. I know that's not true, but that's what I'm going to believe. See, I have taken that warp. I have taken both of those. Oh, does Minsk actually know the route? Is there hope? It's very doable if people know the right route. You see, that's the issue. We are lacking important knowledge. Oh, hey, mines too. Oh, great. What could get worse? Well, there's a barons immediately, and there's laser fences everywhere, which will probably have traps. Doesn't fill me with confidence, Kilniath, when the first thing I see you say is, oh, I remember this room. I also see Megid. I see what we're doing here. So this is going well. Yeah, there are mega traps behind the laser fences. And barons is everywhere. The barons may as well be megid for me because they will instant kill me. That is also shooting into the corridor, which I don't appreciate. Oh, this is a massacre. You got as far as a solo humor, determined to complete every quest. This one made me rethink that stance. Right. I'm going for a run. It's not going to end well. I resisted that somehow. At least Humar can use Dressplate, yeah. I have no such luxury. Unfortunately, I have the female character debuff for that. Honestly, it's easy to just prog mag invulnerability. I mean, I could try that. Although, no, in this quest, I'll probably find a way around that. No, that is not the way to go. So everyone's pretty much dead. That's nice. Somehow I resisted that. I did not resist that one. Yeah, I'm choosing to believe that the person that made this quest may be a psychopath. So enjoy the red screen. Minsk the absolute MVP there. Oh, there's actually 2 there. Lovely. And more dub chicks as well that we can't destroy because there's no switch. Just to keep us in the room a bit longer. Is this our safe zone here? We're just going to huddle in the safe zone. I mean, you say safe spot. I assume the quest will probably stop that soon. Yeah, it's almost like it wants to keep us in the room full of mega traps. I wonder why. Okay, so we have several warps again. So I'm just going to run in here. I mean, there's enemies. I'll take that. When you first did this quest, you got trolled so hard by a friend who suggested it, then you fell in love with it. The objective was definitely to see people die. Time to die and buy moons. Well, I will be ending the stream fairly soon. I've already gone over a bit, but... Liz Energy Lord. Lovely. Yeah, I'm not sure about the duping issue, Skelena. End the stream, end the quest. Oh great, it brought us back here. Well. I'm just going to win this one. Oh god, what have I done? Well, this can only go well. I think that might be a good place to end it. So this is how it ends. Just alone, locked in a room, full of Baronses and Sinners. Yeah, I think I will end that there for today. Or not, because I've been revived. I mean, I feel like if you revive me, I have to keep going. Oh, is there a mega trap in here as well? Oh, lovely. I mean, why wouldn't there be, you know? This is terrible, and I hate everything. I mean, why even bother using Shifter and D-Band at this point? I'm just going to die to the Baronses anyway. Well, this is a quest. Now you're thinking with Megid. We need to run through this again. Okay, that's just showing off. Oh, more mega traps because, you know, we haven't had enough. Time of cheese. I expect my hubris will not last long. There we go. Told you. Yeah, it was just T-posing to assert dominance. He died because of the photon blast. Okay, I will actually end that there then. So thank you for everyone who came with me on this journey of pain and suffering. So there will be another video on Tuesday, like I say, for members, which will be a PSO video. Non-members will get an NGS video for this week. There'll be Phantasy Star 2 stream on Wednesday, and then obviously the weekend there'll be another stream. This quest is great for reducing synchro to -100. To be fair, I think my synchro is already at 0 anyway, so... Yeah, somehow you actually leveled this quest as well, which is something. So yeah, I will end that after. We may revisit this quest at some point and try and figure out what the hell the paths are for it, but not yet. That is easily enough. We just needed 4 meals and 4 dress plates, so that's not bad. Exactly. So yeah, I'll end that one there for today. If you enjoyed the stream, please consider the usual like and subscribe and join as a member on YouTube if you want to. You can also follow or sub over on Twitch if you want to as well. We have a Discord, which should be in the video description for YouTube and just under the stream on Twitch. And I also have an X and a Bluesky, which are both SectionSkyly as well, so feel free to follow over there as well. But yeah, we'll be back on Wednesday for another stream, and like I say, a new video on Tuesday as well. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy your week, and I'll see you on Wednesday for another stream. See you guys.